Gather on the TV set, folks. The Bruce Show is on the air. Juice Bruce, get loose. You know that you got the juice, oh yeah. Loose, get loose. You know that you got the juice. Juice Bruce is on the air. Juice Bruce Show's on the air. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Bruce Show. We always like to get the Bruce Show started off with a good prayer. So, Lord, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for your many blessings. You're the greatest and the mightiest and the holiest ever in all the heavens and all the earths and anywhere else. We admire everything about you. We humbly strive to do your work here on earth, Lord. And Lord, we'd ask you for good health. We'd ask you to forgive our transgressions. We'd ask you to protect our soldiers and to spare the lives of the people from the disaster and calamity around the world. And we'd ask you to show the people our common understanding. And we'd ask for these things in the name of the Lord. Amen. All right. So, here we are. Here we are. Might as well make the best of it, right? And today is Tuesday. Day after Memorial Day. So, yeah, I had the camera for the weekend, and you know, I should have brought it back today, but they gave me an extra day so I could do something. You got my t-shirt on. I like my t-shirt, huh? It's like almost summertime. Gonna get hot. End of the week, they say. So, you know, I'm kind of trimmed up, so I figure, you know, I can wear my t-shirt. Makes me look skinnier, right? Right? All right. So, yep. Well, we don't have a whole lot to we ain't got nothing to do. We ain't got nowhere to go. So we might as well make the best of it right here. Right? All right. Did I already say that? Something like that. Ruh-roh. Here you go. All right. Got me another country song I like. The only thing is I don't know it. I still don't know it. I was trying to play it before, and then I kind of forgot about it, and now I'm trying to remember. So if you help me, I'll remember. Let's try to remember. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I say, bear with me. Maybe in another couple shows I'll have it down. Oh, yeah. I'll be a honey babe. 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 This may just sound a little country. Every word is right on the money. You may think it's a funny, but seriously, you'll be my soft and sexy. I'll be your strong and steady. You'll be my drink of wine. I'll be your shot of whiskey. You'll be be mine. You be mine. You be my strong and you be my. You be my soft and sweet. I'll be your strong and steady. You be my wine. I'll be your shot of whiskey. You be my shit. You be my honeysuckle. I'll be your honey babe. 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 Now, this may just sound a little country. Every word is right on the money. I know you may think it's funny, but seriously, you be my Louisiana, I'll be your Mississippi. You be my Loretta, baby, I'll be your Conway Twitty. You be my cherry pie, I'll be your sweet iced tea. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honey babe. 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 This may just sound a little country. Every word is right on the money. I know you may think it's funny, but seriously, you be my soft and sweet. I'll be your strong and steady. You be my sunny day. I'll be your shady tree. You'll be my own baby. I'll be your honey babe. I'll be your honey. I'll be your honey babe. 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 One more for the girl next door. Say, I'll be your honey babe. 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 Oh yeah. I'm telling you, I thought I knew the first verse. But I like that song. It's too bad, like I say, it's too bad I don't know it. All right, so what are we going to talk about? Well, you're probably waiting for me to tell you how I'm right, right? Probably waiting for me to tell you how I'm always right. But I'm going to desist. I may have to, I may have to I would say reclaim, but I already got it. So I'm just claiming again. Uh, you know, intellectual heavyweight champion of the world. It's echoing in here. And I'm right. You know I'm right. I'm always right. Practically never wrong. Only once in a while. Thought I was wrong about something. That's when I was wrong. Yeah. But, you know, uh, you see, it's not even worth me commenting on. You know what I'm saying? Because I already said it. I already said everything. Now, all I can do is say it again. And say it again. So I'll just run through it real quick for you. Because here you go, right? You know, last show I did, that was 3 weeks ago or so. And, you know, none of these scandalous affairs had broken out, just Benghazi. And Benghazi was starting to heat up, it looked like, right? So then, boom, boom. On top of that, they get the government snooping on the press and the IRS deal, right? The IRS deal. And it's, you know, this is curious, you know, very curious thing that's happening around here, down there in Washington, D.C. nowadays, whatever. Because, you know, I mean, if you're just kind of looking at it, you know, with a non-biased perspective, you'd be kind of like, you'd be curious, what exactly is the deal here, you know? I mean, all of these scandals, the IRS thing, the reporting thing, those things happened before the election, right? Back in 2012. Benghazi happened during the election in 2012. And the whole point about Benghazi was like the lying to cover up the malfeasance or incompetence or whichever you want, right? But so then the other two, you know, it basically amounts to the same thing, lying to obscurity, malfeasance, or incompetence, right? So now you get all of these things. They're breaking, what, 6 months after the election, right? 6 months after the election. I guess there couldn't be a more timely place for them to ever break, right? We don't have another election for another year and a half. And then you wonder about maybe this is a strategy, right? Like, what they call that, a target-rich environment, right? There's so many targets running around, nobody knows who to shoot, right? They don't know which target to take a shot at. And, you know, maybe the you know, by like dispersing the focus of the whole ordeal here, you actually alleviate some of the oppressive nature of the focus, you know? There's none of this laser sharp focus on, you know, an entire federal bureaucracy awash in I don't know what you want to call it, politicization. It's amazing. And listen to the talking heads on the Democrats. This is it, kids. I'm telling you. Listen to them. You ain't got nothing to talk about anymore. Did you ever think you had some kind of moral higher ground? Did you have it in your ideas that your ideas were better, morally superior? What do you base your ideas upon? This is a fundamental problem here, you see. The fundamental problem is that, like the secular progressives, they don't go up here. They don't get up into theology, right? God has to be dispelled from the public forum. That's what they think the separation of church and state means. That's not what it means. What it says is the government shall cause no institution of religion. We interpret that to mean that we have freedom of religion. They don't get anywhere up here either, because there's nothing left. You know, is there good and evil? Is there truth? Is there objectivity? Not to the progressives. You lose all that. You lose all that. You don't believe in God. You don't believe that God shows us a way, shows us a right way that we should live, and that to step outside of that is the wrong way. And you can't come to judge that. You live in a world obscured by moral relativism at that point, right? The lesser of two evils is a choice which we will decide upon, you know? So, you know, their arguments consist of the Bush people did it, they just didn't get caught or something. You know, Bush persecuted the NAACP, he just didn't get caught or something. You know, Bush did it. There's, you know, all right, where are we going to place that on the intellectual argument scale? Do you think that's that's the Johnny did it, so why can't I argument, right? This is a child's argument. Does it raise to the level of common sense? I don't think so, because most parents know that that's a stupid argument, right? Let's see, what else they got? Oh, the tax-exempt C-104s or whatever the hell they are, you know, are being misused because these aren't actually like social welfare organizations or blah-de-blah, right? You know, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander, isn't it? If this is the category that all these political action groups or whatever you want to call them go to for tax-exempt status, I mean, you can't just pass all the liberal ones and not the progressive ones. I mean, and not the conservative ones. That's blatantly discriminatory, you know? Or don't you believe in discrimination, really? You don't believe in equality, really. It just depends on who gets discriminated against. So there you go. There's no objectivity. There is no real fairness. You know, you base your ideas upon social justice, but it's, you know, just who? Just us? That's what they say. I was watching Morning Joe. They had like I think the news networks there, the NBCs and whomever, I think for like one day they tried to actually act like news organizations, NBC in particular, right? Chucky Todd actually acted like he's going to ask a hard question. And then the next day, they brought Donnie Deutsch. Donnie Dunce? What is it? Donnie Dolt or something? This guy, he's some kind of advertising executive they have on Morning Joe. This guy is incapable of producing an argument that comes above this level. Okay? Practical. An ad guy. All he knows is like peer pressure, mob mentality, you know, the cool kid mentality. And he got on with one stupid ass argument after another why the IRS thing doesn't matter. The press snooping thing doesn't matter. It's like, dude, you don't see any of the actual serious commentators going to step into that pile of garbage. Okay, they can get Keith Boykins to come on Larry Kudlow and say all that stupidity, all right? But nobody that actually wants to have any kind of credential in any kind of intellectual argument from now on wants to say any of that, I'm telling you. Because it's just obvious. Even the Congress people, even the senators can see. Okay, you can't have a government run amok. That's the road to tyranny. That's the road to fascism. That's what people did in other places around the world when they gained power, when they gained access to government and exploited the tools of government to oppress the people. You can't just be like, well, just so long as it's not me, you know, and expect anybody to ever believe anything you ever say again. I think NBC is putting themselves out of business, you know. Nobody's going to watch that if You can't even call it news anymore. You can't call NBC news. That's propaganda. That's opinion. There's no objectivity. Okay? There's no ability for self-criticism. Right? Political correctness negates self-criticism. You can't be criticized for your ideas. Or the criticizer is bad. Right? So what do you got? You got sycophants running after sycophants, telling other sycophants their inside sycophant story. Okay? No, that's not the truth. Okay? There is truth. You know, if you have government snooping on the phone lines of journalists, of private people, right? That doesn't disturb you? You don't find that a little bit alarming? You know, that's the nature of a free country. The freedom of the press is assured in the First Amendment. I mean, what would you do, right? What would you do if you were, well, you can look at the IRS situation too. What would you do if you were, you know, if your actions were going to cause you to be persecuted by the IRS? If you become politically involved with a conservative group, you know, I haven't been persecuted personally, as far as I know. You know, maybe they listen to my phone calls, but other than that, it's going to be hard for them to find out about me. I ain't got no internet. I don't talk on no cell phone or have text messages. That's right. I was trained by the boys, man. I'm telling you. You can keep nothing, record nothing. What? Yeah. I told you before, I'll tell you again. Maybe you've forgotten. I don't want you to forget. All right? No reason to forget. Oh, yeah. You ain't gonna find no day or no way, so don't even bother, baby, look for me. I said here, wait here till the world can see that you got a baby brother. Stick with me. I say, hey, stick to baby, baby, stick with me. Stick to baby, baby, stick with me. Stick to baby, baby, stick to me. Sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. I ain't gonna find no bed, no way, so don't even bother. Look for me. I said, hey, wait till the world can see that you got a baby brother. Stick with me. I say, hey, stick to baby, baby, stick with me. Stick to baby, baby, stick with me. Stick to baby, baby, stick to baby. La la. Have a high, high. Have a high, high. Have a high, high. Have a high, high. Have a high, high, hippie, happy day. 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 Sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. Come from a land of Georgia, where my head up high. rocking, yeah. Till the day I die, I'm like to get down. Oh, like to get down. You ain't gonna find no being no way, so don't even bother, baby, look for me. I said here, waited till the world can see that you got a baby brother. Stick with me. I said, stick to baby, baby, stick with me. Stick to baby, baby, stick with me. Stick to baby, baby, stick to me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm out of beer too. I think we're going to have an intermission in this brew show. Hold on. All right, folks, I came back. I got the game on here. I got Miami and Indiana. It's pretty close. Second quarter. So, yep. There I was. So, I've been threatening to do it. So for a while, I was, when I, like I say, got nothing to do, nowhere to go. So I might as well do it, right? Talk about all the things I'm not supposed to talk about, or some of them. the So the station. See, I'm not going to get in trouble this time because I'm going to say nice things about the TV station, the old ACTV. There, they made the news. They got a new space. They got a new place. Well, it's a piece of land that I guess potentially could have a building put on it. So that's all well and good, for them, I guess. uh, you know, I don't know how long it's going to take to make a building. I doubt that I will ever get to enjoy it somehow, but because I don't know how much longer I can keep dealing with this, folks. Trying to make it to number 100. Trying to get to show 100. This should be, I think this will be 63. And I took one show out there, which was a Super Bowl show where the Patriots were in it. And then they let me, oh, that reminds me. Gronk, you be strong, man. You get better. Strong. Like bull. Get better soon. Yeah. And so they're going to have a new place up there. At least they got the zoning for it or something. And, that's a big endeavor. That's a big, huge undertaking, I would say. Building a TV studio from the ground up. I suppose even converting a space over to, unless you luck into some really good site that has, some kind of big space and, that site where they have it is pretty good, down at the electrical company building there. But, there's probably a zillion gigawatts like right overhead, It's probably not too good for people, There's probably some kind of electrical field or something all around there. I don't know. But long term, it's probably good they move it. And then, like I say, finding another space that has, the same, you know, some of the same desirable. Well, you have to have some kind of studio, which that place has. Aside from that, it's mostly just offices, so that's not a big deal. But good luck to him. Good luck to him with that. Um, in terms of the station, Craig down there, Craig is one of the employees who's been down at the ACTV since I was started down there. That's like 4+ years ago, like 4.5 years ago now. And well, I really started with him about 4 years ago when they first started putting me stuff on. And Craig was right there from the start. Him and Brandon, they were there. Brendan, and they helped me out in the beginning, and when I needed a lot of help, and Craig has been there throughout the time I've been there, and has had some good words for me once in a while. That has been good, and I'd like to thank him. He's moving on. He's moving to New York City. I gave him a copy of that latest Bruce show there, number 62. That one's kind of raw, right? I think that one's kind of like the essence of public access TV. I got some bad batteries. It's my own camera. I'm not blaming the studio for nothing, all right? I'm just saying. I got the poor equipment. I got the raggedy freaking, production. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe if I'm lucky, they'll make them watch it down in New York City one of these nights at about 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. Watch out. Watch out. It's going to be one of these Bruce shows where I just keep picking up this guitar, all right? Maybe I'll figure this one out, right? 'Cause I'm bad. 'Cause I'm bad. I'm nationwide. Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm bad. Nationwide. Oh, yeah, because I'm bad. Nationwide. Yeah, you want some this? 'Cause I'm bad. Nationwide. Once upon a time there wasn't having love, where we used to raise a glass or two. Oh yeah, we would laugh and smile away the hour long, dream of all the good things we would do. Those were the days, my friend, we thought never end. We'd sing and dance forever in them. Shouldn't say that we'd live them life we choose. We'd fight, never lose, for we were young, sure to have our too long. Shouldn't say that, oh yeah. Once upon a time there wasn't having long, just where we used to raise a glass or two more. Oh yeah. Yep, I was practicing me old stories on Craig there. Now Craig's I probably already left ACTV, so may never see him again. But he say he could come back. You never know. So now the ACTV,
they have Big Jim, Captain Jim is in charge down there, and then you got Kayla, and she's like the programming director. She's the one that schedules your shows and stuff. And you got Candace, who is she might probably has all the other jobs would be whatever they are. Craig's job was, I think he was. They all have titles, but one of them's like community, has community in it, and that's, I'm part of the community. I'm not part of the education or the government. I'm part of the community. So that person has, some jurisdiction over me. But like I say, there's only two now. So Candace must have education, government, and community. So, and they're both very helpful to me and been, I tell you what, you know, well, if you look back, right, in the early Bruce shows, you may find a few of them where I was, well, that's probably why I say, no, I didn't really get in trouble for talking about the TV station. I got in trouble for talking about the board of directors meeting. That's what it was. But at any rate, when I started out, I thought there was some kind of conspiracy going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, part of it, folks, is like, you may not think it to look at me or whatever, but I'm telling you, I'm a little bit artistical. I didn't say autistical, I said artistical, dang it. That's right. But, now the artiste, we have well, we have sort of an emotional temperament sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, the technological people, they not really like that. See, it's just all, now it's what we're doing today, and this is Wednesday's file here, and, or whatever. But the artist is like, well, what happened, Because I used to give them a show. I'd go down there, I'd make my show, and I'd give it to them, and then I'd wait. I'd wait for them to put it on, and I'd wait. That week would go by, and it didn't hit on Wednesday, and it didn't hit on Friday. It'd still be an old show, And then the next week would come, and it would still not be on, and some other things might happen. Maybe my show isn't on at all some night, and I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And somebody asked me. They say, like, what do you think? And I'm like, man, I think that they they gotta like keep my thing for about 2 or 3 weeks, until like everything that I said and that is no longer relevant, and then then they can release it after somebody else had already said everything that I said. And they were like, oh man, you're paranoid, right? And I'm like, paranoid? And they said, what do you really think? I said, you really want to know what I think? They said, yeah, what do you really think? I said, I think they take my shit and send it to the CIA or someplace, and they got to evaluate it and give all the good lines to some of their people to go out and spout, for the next 2 weeks, and then they'll put my thing on, right? And they said, you're delusional. So there you go, paranoid and delusional. I'm just kidding, all right? I'm just teasing. But I'm saying, that's how it used to make me feel sometimes. And I think there's a couple times in the early Bruce shows when I say something about it, I might not speak directly to it, but I'm talking about something, and if that's what it was. One of my things is like, a long time ago, I was I just live here in South Amherst or whatever, and they were building the soccer fields down here. The soccer fields were getting pushed through, and it's like, I guess everybody can figure out now that was kind of you know, dumb idea. But, that was all the thing then. That was the cool kids wanted then. That's what that generation of Amherst, movers and shakers were about. So, now I listen. Every once in a while, you'll hear some sounds coming from down there. Before they renovated the soccer fields, it was almost every night there was something coming from down there, Of course, they had, softball games down there and other uses. It wasn't exclusively a soccer field that's not good enough for the soccer kids now. I don't know. But at any rate, around that, and around them raising the taxes at the same time as they're wasting money on the soccer fields, right, with a Proposition 2.5 override, I wrote a letter to the paper 3 weeks before the election, right, Amherst Bulletin. And, they just squashed it, published all their pro override, what the cool kids want, what your utopian carpetbaggers prefer. So, that's what they got. They got the tax rate hike and but I was mad. I was like, you don't publish my letter? The bulletin came out on Thursday or something, or Wednesday or Thursday, and the election was Tuesday. So I wrote my own newspaper in the meantime and put it out there. But it cost me like over $100 to do that. But I was mad, I was like, that's a lot of bull. A press is supposed to be unbiased, at least in some degree. A small town, hometown press ought to be willing to print an opposing point of view. All right, and that's when I realized it's all fixed, baby. It's all fixed. That's all these people that are big government and everything don't either can't figure out or are lying to you and themselves or whomever. But it's all fixed. You see, these people want to lower the drunken driving, the alcohol level to 0.05. That's like one drink for you girls. You have a second drink, you could be over. No doubt. Everybody will be illegal. Everybody. Everybody's already illegal. It's ridiculous. Having people drunk off their ass out on the highway is not a good thing, I grant you, okay? But making the rules so ridiculous that nobody's in compliance practically. So then, what does it become? Then it becomes what you got. The insiders and the outsiders. Just us. Just who? Just us. That's who. Right? That lady with the nice, what do they call those things women wear? It's not a suit. A dress suit. That nice lady with the perfect smile and the perfect, she doesn't have to worry about 0.05. She knows who to call. She knows how to get out of it. She knows who to call if her kid gets popped. Right? That's how it works. Now I'm old. That shit happened to me when I was young. Now I'm old. Now I know how it works. All right? It's the same thing with all of these crimes like domestic violence. Right? Domestic violence is supposed to be enforced in Colonial Village. It's not supposed to be enforced on T-Berry Lane. All right? Different set of priorities. It's about who you are. It's about what you can do. It's about who you know. It's mostly about who you know. One hand washes the other. And that's the way, when you see all of this corruption in Washington, there you go. There you go. So the whole argument, the whole progressive argument of putting everything in the hands of government, well, then it's who you know in government, isn't it? Kind of nuts, really. Kind of nuts, right? But at any rate, I was talking about a TV station, wasn't I? I was going to tell you about, now that things are better down there, They got the new server. I don't know if that's part of it. When I was talking to Craig about it on our debriefing interview there, um, he did say that James, who was here before, who I blamed for some of my problems, uh, was sort of up against it with the technology being held together with band-aids and duct tape and everything, so, hey, I don't know. You see, it's good I didn't go blabbing off and blaming anybody back in that day because I could have been wrong. It could have just been the technocrats' misability to cope with the artiste. You know what I'm saying? Freaking artist, I'm telling you. So, like I say, TV stations is better now. My shows come on. If I give them this show, today's Tuesday, I'm going to go to the TV station tomorrow. I wanted to go to work, but it's going to rain. So I know the Lord want me to make a TV show. But I'm going to go down there tomorrow. I'll bet you I give him the TV show. If I give it to him by 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, it'll be on tomorrow night. All right? And that's not the way it used to be. So I guess they're not actually sending my shit to the CIA. But I'm kind of disappointed, really. Maybe somebody was listening. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody was listening. I had me one of them moments again. I was down at the Dairy Mart. Well, we still call it the Dairy Mart around here. It's that's about 2 or 3 generations ago. Now it's a Hess station. And there was all these big electrical trucks in my neighborhood, and they were going to do something, but they were like getting ready for it or something, So I go into the Hess and I see this cop in there and he's like getting some coffee or something. And I kind of assume he's wearing a big, one of them reflective jack coats or whatever. And I assume he's like going to go down there and see about these wires or whatever, and I'm like, I wonder, what they're doing to the wires. Are they going to put the power out or anything? And so I asked him, what's going on with the wires or whatever. And he starts telling me about they're cutting down the trees up on the notch so that the sun will get in and melt the snow off the road in the wintertime and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I meant the trucks down here. And he goes, oh, Bruce, yeah, I know. That's not me. I'm up on the notch. And I'm looking at the guy because he called me Bruce, right? And now I look at him close. I'm like, do I know this guy? And I'm like, I'm checking for one of them little name tags, see if he got one of them, but he's got his big jacket on, and he noticed it. I must have been looking at him hard or something. He goes, oh no, he's like, I see your show. I like it. It's good. I was getting worried. I thought maybe they had a picture of me down there at the station or something, I asked Miller to get it off the wall. So yeah, he's a real handsome guy too. Real good looking fella. You'll probably see him out directing traffic or something one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I guess somebody seen the Bruce show. That was actually good that I saw it, that he said that. I liked it. So yeah, the TV station. I'd hit Amherst College. The only thing I'm just going to say about Amherst College, man, that girl that wrote the letter into the paper that got raped on campus, and then, then the, the Amherst College people just basically shunted that down from any kind of criminal prosecution, right? The girl left school. You should sue them. You should sue them. They got plenty of money. They got more money than almost anyone. I mean, that's it. That's, there you go. There's the elite. There's their application of the judicial system to their members. Okay? That's a little unwritten tenet nobody really wants to talk about here in Amherst, but Amherst college kids are not going to get busted in town for any of that bullshit. All right? That's like the deal. You know? You don't have to put up with all of that bullshit, you know, that nuisance house unruly. You know, maybe they're not. Amherst College also does allow them some outlet for their parties, too. You know, the frat houses still have that stuff going on, though they're not to the same degree. You know, I might have told you. I grew up on South Prospect Street. There were 3 fraternity houses right across the street from my house. We moved up there when I was like 7, 8 years old or whatever. When we first moved to that neighborhood, you know, the kids, they used to have big time frat parties back in the day. They had bands, the Boss Tweeds lived down behind us and everything. They were making noise. My mother went over there and literally pulled the plug on them. She pulled out the plug. Not afraid of a little confrontation, she was, you know. And I'll tell you what, that set them back about 20 minutes, all right? And then, you know, she wasn't going to stay there all night. She left, they plugged it back in, the party went on, you know. My mother had to learn to live with it. That's just the way it was, you know. But, you know, back in that day, Amherst College kids could do what they felt like doing for the most part in town here. It's still that way. All right? And now you see a blatant example of it. All right? A blatant example of this, you know, the same people who spout social justice and equality, right? But let it be one of the elite. Let it be one of those that, you know, paid their tuition. They don't have to deal with it. All right? Well, we'll handle that as an academic matter. A school disciplinary measure. Down, you should sue them. I'd say you're good for about $20 million. I say Amherst College probably fork over $20 million without even putting up a fuss just to keep it out of the newspapers. All right? Because it don't look too good for them. Right? Everything that they supposedly preach. And the college president, you know, they hired this woman to be the president. Now is her whole shtick. And then she's the one that was there when this happened. All right? So, you know, I'm telling you, sue them. All right, I hit the station. I hit the college. Oh, and then the town. The town. I won't say I was wrong. I don't think I was really wrong, but the loop-de-loops might not be that bad. I don't know. I saw a big steady stream of traffic coming down 116 the other day. There's more traffic everywhere around here, I would say. But maybe not everybody's driving through Hadley to get to UMass. I don't know. You know, the loop-de-loops, I've been through them a few times. I didn't have any problems, you know. I guess they had an accident down there the other day. I was walking. All these cruisers went screaming by. Telling you, I thought the freaking end of the world was coming or something. Bank robbery or something. No, it's just 2 cars got in a crash in the loop-de-loop. So, you know, but there'd be crashes down there if it was the old system, you know, or even if they had put lights in down there. I don't even know how they could have reconfigured that intersection to make it, you know, completely safe. I've stopped going to Atkins. I still haven't gotten back in the habit of going to Atkins, but, oh well. And then they did what I said. They established their rental thing. You know, that was something I talked about the last show. I was talking about there's more insanity coming out of the. Now we got the next generation of utopian carpetbaggers is in town, right? These are the newly empowered. and they come, and they come, and they come. There's no holding them back. Tidal wave after tidal wave, and they all got great ideas. Oh, my God. Yeah, so everybody that wants to rent an apartment or anything in Amherst is now supposed to send the town $100, you know. I wonder if people will comply. You got to wonder, right? Not too hard to say, hey, I didn't even hear about it, you know? Most everything, that's the best way to deal with the town. The best way to deal with the town is just to not even know. Don't care, don't want to know, just do whatever the hell you do. All right? I don't want to know. Okay? That's how they got everybody. Yeah, the taxes keep going up and up, but they can't go much higher in taxes. All right? And it's not from the townies or everybody that's bitched about taxes around here for years and years. It's from the people with the big houses. They're done. They've told them. What are you, out of your minds? You think somebody's going to pay $15,000, $16,000 a year in taxes to you? Every 3 months come up with $4,000? Rent their house from the town of Amherst? Out of your minds. You know, they gentrified the town to the max that they can, right? And now they want to gentrify the rentals, right? I'm telling you. These people need a doctor because they can't figure out what's inside their head. Everything they do continues with the gentrification policies, right? They can't figure it out. They don't know what it is, and they can't stop. So now we're going to gentrify the rentals, right? Just tack that $100 onto rent. You know, that's what, not only will they tack the $100 onto rent, they'll tack the $100 on every 3 months. Why not? If that's the condition that we find ourselves in, where every entity of society, including government, just grabs for all that they can get, right? That's your idea. Every entity in society grabs for all that it can get. How can you blame the small man for grabbing all he can get? You can't even blame the thief for grabbing what he can get. Can you? Yeah, I started off this show talking about I'm the intellectual heavyweight champion of this world. And you know that's the truth. And I told you I was right. Always right. One time I was right, this time I thought I was wrong. Then I turned out to be wrong and I was wrong. But I might have been wrong. Well, like I say, I admitted a little doubt about those Atkins rondelays. The Atkins rondelay. That's what you really want, you know. Go on down to Atkins and get yourself some rondelays. Get the best rondelays in the valley. Oh yeah. Oh no, you see the red light started to blink and I knew I had this song. There's going to be a little bit of tape to cut out, so I'm going to say goodnight to y'all now, folks. I'm going to go out singing me new country song. Whatever I can chop out of me walking around and burping and shit. Then I'll just cut the song, I'll just cut off when we're done, all right? Oh. This may come out a little country. Every word is right on the money. You may be thinking it's funny, but baby, seriously, you'll be my soft and sweet. I'll be your strong and steady. You'll be my sunny day. I'll be your shady tree. You'll be my drink of wine. I'll be your shadow.
Gather on the TV set, folks. The Bruce Show is on the air. Choose Bruce.